If you know what to do online in your home business, but you just aren't consistent with it, stay tuned for this video because I'm going to give you some tips that you may have heard before, but I will give you a really good solution that can help you stick with this plan. If you don't know me, I'm the real Robin Williams. Welcome to this video. And in case you haven't met Mama's yet, she'll be right here bugging me in my video with me. This is one of my 3 little rodents I have running around here in the house. Now, I know you've probably heard that you need to have a routine. If you don't have a routine, you can end up going to your desk each and every morning doing any old thing that comes to your mind. And sometimes you'll even find yourself doing some of the tasks like checking emails multiple times a day, which is not that productive. You probably only need to check your email 1 to 2 times per day. But if you have a routine, if you have a list where you are actually showing up each and every day doing the things that sometimes we think are boring, then you'll be able to reap the benefits later on. So you might not want to do the same task over and over again, but later on you're going to thank yourself that you've done it over and over again. So you want to have that routine set into place. You'll have your things that you have to do every day, every week, every month, every quarter, and sometimes even every year. So you want to make sure you have that list set for you to take care of those things. And y'all know what it is. Nothing is ever really new in this world. When you do these tasks, when you set these tasks, I know that there are certain tasks on your list that you just dread to do. Just go ahead and knock those out first. Regardless, you'll feel better at the end of the day that you've done so. Knock out those tasks first. When I was in the Air Force, we used to have certain tasks that we had to do every day. And it wasn't hard. It was very simple tasks that anyone could step into the role and do with very little training or little to no training. And the problem was sometimes people forget what it is that we had to do. A simple solution is just simply having those tasks on a task list, okay? So you want to have your tasks on a list, and I tell you, regardless as to how you want to keep that list, you have some dopamine when you start to cross those tasks off on your list. So whether you're a paper and pen person, you can cross it off, or maybe you are an app or a digital person like myself, you can check those off your list, and it just feels so great to check it off. So while you do want to have a routine, a list of things that you want to do, you want to make sure that you transcribe them onto a list so that every day there's no guesswork. It used to be one of the things I used to talk about when I was in the Air Force, and it was because so many people forgot so many different tasks every day. By having a checklist, this means that you only really have to remember to do this one thing, and that's do the checklist. And if you remember to do this one thing every day, which is do the checklist, you can remember a ton of things just by accomplishing that one thing. So to me, it felt like my mind was freer because I didn't have to be the one to think about all of the different tasks that I had to do. I felt less overwhelmed just by having those tasks written down on a to-do list. And by lunchtime, if I had a good chunk of it crossed out, man, I felt like I was a superhero. So it definitely works. It definitely boosts up the mind somehow, gives you a boost of dopamine. So first, have your routine tasks and then put those on a list. Another thing that can stop you is having these large goals and really not being able to see to the end of the tunnel. So sometimes we may have these large goals that feel extremely overwhelming, and we may not feel like we'll ever get it done. You might actually have some big goals on your list now that's been there for a long time. Maybe it's grown cobwebs. Maybe it's a sticky note under your keyboard right now. But the thing is, you're probably not accomplishing it because of this one thing. And that is that you haven't chunked it down to where you can see the light at the end of a tunnel. It may not be the big tunnel, but you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. What does this mean? Well, if you had a goal to save $1,000, and maybe that seems like it's not a lot at the end of the month because you don't have a lot left over at the end of the month, well, you would just simply chunk that goal down several times. And so at the end of the day, you'll just be accomplishing tiny goals to fit inside of that one goal. So your first goal might be to save $100, and saving $100 might be a bit of a task for you, but it may feel a lot easier than $1,000. And if you feel like even $100 is too much to go after for your first chunk down goal, your first micro goal, you can even go smaller and just say, let's get to $50. And then when you're able to check off that goal that you've reached at $50, you're going to feel so much better. And you're going to feel like, guess what? If I did $50, I can do $100. And the cycle repeats itself. And one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about with the goals is that when you visit your goals each and every day, you start to activate something in your mind called the reticular activating system. And And a reticular activating system is something that I can't really explain to you how it works to the T, but to me, it's a phenomenal thing that we have within our brains, and our brains start to seek out ways to achieve our goals when we focus on it. And so by you just even developing these micro steps to these goals is going to give your brain a boost and start finding ways that you're going to get to that $50 faster. You're going to get to that $100 faster. And before you know it, you're going to be at 500 and you're going to hit your goal of $1,000 in your savings account. But the whole big thing is to break down your goals. And sometimes what I found in my past, because I had trouble with this plenty of times, is that a lot of the times when I felt like a big task that I had to do was big and I couldn't get it done, I felt like it was overwhelming. Most of the time it don't be that bad, right? Most of the time we'd be like, what was I even worried about in the first place? Why was I procrastinating? Why didn't I start this a long time ago? So just go ahead and write those goals down, have those goals in hand, and then basically chunk down the micro steps to get to that big goal. Another thing that most people don't talk about, but we love it, we soak it up, we want it. And even today, because of AI, because so many people want to be automated systems and automated whatever, we love community. And if you can find somebody that you can vibe with, who has some of the same goals as you, who may be actively working towards those goals, if you could find somebody that's doing that, definitely find someone who is on the same path as you. Because when they say it's lonely at the top, I kind of feel like that is one of the reasons, is because you don't have people on the same journey as you, going towards the same thing that you are going for. And so it does tend to feel a little bit lonely at the top when other people don't have the same goals. They're not going after what you're going after. They're just happy where they are, or they're focused on something totally different from you. You want to find a community to where you can talk to people and get your aha moments and get some mastermind moments when you just talk back and forth, and maybe you give them an idea they never heard of before and vice versa. So you want to find somebody who you can connect with, and maybe even a larger community where you have more people focus on the same goals as you. And finally, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. How do I poke you in the forehead? Yes, you. And I'm also talking to me because this is something that I am actively working on, and it is celebrating your wins. So we tend to beat ourselves up. We tend to think that we're not where we're supposed to be at this moment because of our age, because of the schooling we went through, because of this and that. And all of that is just negative chatter in our heads from our past experiences and what we think we should know or where we think we should be at. All of that is negative chatter. You are where you are, and ain't nothing you can do to change that. So the best thing you can do is start from where you are and go towards those goals, and also just acknowledge everything that you've ever been through, that you've accomplished. You've come this far, and sometimes even though it may not be far for you, it is far, and you should give yourself some grace. You should celebrate your wins. You should be happy with what you have right now, no matter how little you think it is right now. Definitely celebrate you. You are amazing. Your accomplishments are amazing, and there's no one like you. And you hear yourself more than any other negative or positive chatter in the world. So your minds will make yourself sound really, really good, because you're going to be hearing the record in your head over and over again. And when you do that, you're going to be programming your brain to believe what it is that you tell it. So you definitely want to tell it something good, or maybe something amazing, something great. My final thought is that everything that I just told you in this video can either slip your mind and you never think of it again, or you can wake up, open your cell phone, and tackle exactly what it is I laid out for you in this video. What I have for you is an app that actually helps you manifest the things that you want to do in life. It helps you achieve your goals. It helps you tackle your daily task. And I'm definitely a believer in this goal app. So if you are interested and you want to develop your task and have your task list so that you can check those things off, create your goals and actually achieve them, find accountability partners in a community of like-minded people who want to also achieve their goals, and celebrate your small wins, because you can celebrate with the community as well as inside of the app. Definitely click on the link at the top of the description of this video, and I will shoot you over a video that has a morning routine that'll help you get more results in your business, as well as help you finally achieve those goals and celebrate them with a group of people who are ready to help celebrate you. And a really cool thing is, this cool little app is going to help you and your household family if you want, because you will have the capability to give your household family a chance to achieve their goals with you. This is Robin Williams. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I see you in the top. Peace.